Look. This is how you play more than one game at a time. Watch, let me show you. Woo. So you started on here. Hit pause, play on this. Hit pause, play on this. And then you just cycle through. You cycle through. You know what I'm saying? That's how you play. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Angel Knots. Salutations to the nations. What's good, Angel Knots? It's your boy, Young Sinai. So today we are going to be reacting to a video. Do we really need thousands of games? Emulation overload on retro handhelds. And it is by Yorkshire Retro Gamer. All right, let's go ahead and hear what he has to say. Also, by the way, I must say, if you hear a lot of background noise, it's summertime. You know what I'm saying? And that means that my kids are on summer vacation. And look, it is what it is. It is what it is. So you just got to rock with me. You know what I'm saying? So I apologize for all the background noise. All right, let's go ahead and get to it.
Device such as the Retroid Pocket 5 or the RG35XX also includes stuff like modded 2DSs, 3DSs, DS Lites. It looks like I'm just showing off my handheld collection, and I kind of am. But how many of you
ain't no
load up these devices with emulator upon emulator, game upon game upon game, and you never actually play them? You might play 5. You might have your favorites, or the odd game you never played as a kid that you want to play now. That's how.
Hey, I definitely understand this feeling. Do you guys understand this feeling?
Happening with me with Metal Gear Solid. Now, I'm making this video on the back of a comment I got on...
Oh, that's what I'm playing right now. I'm playing Metal Gear Solid actually on the Game Boy. Yo, it's hard. I ain't gonna hold you.
One of my recent videos, which really stuck with me because it's true. And if we took a deep, long, hard look at ourselves, I think we'll all realize that we're all a bit guilty of this. It said, I'm not sure why everyone must configure all systems. This is relating to me setting up the Retroid Pocket 5, following Joey's Retro Handheld guide, setting up every single
shout outs to Joey Retro Handhelds
platform on there. It says you don't have to do this to start using the device. You are allowed to start the device using it with one system to start playing. LOL. Loving the throwback of the LOL. This is beyond true. You've no doubt seen crappy handhelds. Sometimes the RG35XX is on there, even though it's a fantastic emulation device, on places like TT, let's call it.
A lot of times people switch it out because those stock emulators are trash.
Selling them with 10,000 plus games, 15,000 plus games. And people lap it up. They absolutely love it. But what is this compulsion to set up every single possible device known to people since existence?
And then another reason why I personally changed the firmware and all of that stuff is because I really like the aesthetic of how stuff looks, like Onion OS or Garlic OS or Newly Daiji Show or whatever. I can never pronounce that one, but yeah.
To put on a handheld. Example. Here is my Retroid Pocket 5. On here, I followed Joey's Retro Handheld guide and I added pretty much all the major home system platforms as well as the handhelds. So we have, going all the way to the start, Atari 2600, Dreamcast, Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, GameCube, Sega Genesis aka Mega Drive, Master System, N64, Nintendo DS, Nintendo Entertainment System or NES, PS1, PS2, PSP, PS Vita, SNES or SNES, the secret console as people call it, the Switch, come on, let's grow up, and the Wii.
I've never heard it called the secret console before, ever.
Now, if you're looking at the video...
That could just be me, though.
Hopefully you can see it. I am filming this top-down view off my camera. And it tends to go blurry from time to time, so sorry about that. You'll see on here, Atari 2600. I've got 9 games on there, right? All the classics. Asteroids, Donkey Kong, Double Dragon, Frogger, Pac-Man, Space Invaders, Ms. Pac-Man.
Yo, Pac-Man on Atari 2600 is garbage.
If you know, you know.
Why have I got them on there though? Because I'm never going to play them. It's almost as if finding ROMs, downloading them, adding them to a system, and seeing them on there is a game in and of itself.
That's facts. That's facts. I'm not on that wave no more. I'm going to let y'all know what I'm on when my ADHD allows me to make the video I've been wanting to make. But I completely agree with what he said.
And that's fine.
Especially having the artwork and not just it listed file by file.
Fine. I do like tinkering with these devices, but it's sometimes at the expense of actually playing the damn thing. And I'm sure there's a few of you watching that are guilty of that as well. It's this must set up everything mentality. It's almost like a flex. But I don't know who I'm flexing that to. Is it you? Is it my missus? She doesn't care.
At all.
Do I care? I don't know. There is something compelling about setting up a device. Maybe it's a sense of achievement. And you're thinking, maybe I wanted to be in IT as a kid. And this is the closest thing I can get. But regardless, if we go back to here, you can see that we have dream.
I got a string hanging from my t-shirt. If I pull this, will it unravel the entire shirt? Should I burn it off? I know the obvious idea would be to cut it off, but that's not as exciting as either pulling it or burning it. Let me know in the comments.
Dreamcast. Now with the Dreamcast, I've been more reserved. I've only got 3 games on there. Crazy Taxi, which I have played. It normally tells you if you're in the list mode. I've played 2 times, not for more than 3 minutes each.
Do you all hear this? I don't know if y'all hear this. This is not Godzilla walking around. This is my kids.
Time. Crazy Taxi 2, 0 times. It actually tells you if you can see it on there. Let me, 0 times. And then Shenmue, I think that's how you say it, which I was recommended but haven't played yet. Game Boy, 597 ROMs on there. Have I played one? No. If I was gonna play one, it'd probably be Pokemon or Super Mario Land. To find them, I have to go all the way through. There's games on here. Operation C, never heard of it. You've got...
Oh, Operation C, my God. You got to play Operation C. You feel me? That's Contra. That's Contra for the Game Boy. Do you like the Game Boy? Do you like Contra? Well, you got to play Operation C. You feel me? I got a whole video. You know what I mean? It ain't a whole video, but I got a video recommending it. You know what I mean? Let's go ahead and put that in the recommendation, Lucky. And thank you.
Nobunaga's Ambition. Never heard of it, mate. Am I ever going to play it? No. And the worst thing about it is I've also got the RG35XX with all the same games on it. What is this? It's like an addiction, right? And I'm not having a go at people or myself. I'm just trying to raise a bit of awareness that if you ever regret buying these things, question why you buy them in the first place. Because the Retroid Pocket 5 was 300 odd quid, right? Basically 350 for me, including customs and import tax and delivery, micro SD card, etc. I started thinking last night, why did you buy that device? Because the 35XX plays all the way up to PS1. Now, it doesn't really support N64, GameCube, probably not Dreamcast. But will I ever play those devices? I don't know. I've also got a Wii downstairs, which is soft modded, and that's got all the N64 and GameCube games I could want to play on there because that's a GameCube Wii. So what am I doing? Well, the main reason I bought this is to play PS2 games, which work really well. So what I should have done is take the advice of that commenter and set up, like I believe they did, just the PS2 emulator. It would have taken 10 minutes. I would have fallen in love with this quicker. But I was so obsessed with getting everything on it. For example, with the Metal Gear Solid series, I'm so...
Sorry, I got a phone call. Let's run that back.
I'm so obsessed with it as a on it. For example, with the Metal Gear Solid series, I'm so obsessed with it as a new player that I want to get all the games on all the systems right now, rather than completing Metal Gear Solid and then looking into getting a ROM of Metal Gear Solid 2, completing that, doing the same for 3, Then you get to Metal Gear Solid 4 on the PS3, which I do have in the cupboard, but that's going to be a physical game. I can't emulate that. I'm not even going to try the PS3 emulator on the PC. But that's not good enough. I almost like the hunt more than the actual experience of playing.
Yeah, a part of that also is looking at videos like the ones I make. Go ahead and check those out. But videos of people recommending what games to buy, and then looking at the top 10 lists and all of that. It's all part of the hobby, I guess, or the problem. I haven't decided which yet.
Playing the game. And I compare it to people watching live streamers playing games. Sometimes it's more relaxing, easier, less stressful to watch someone play a game than playing the damn thing yourself. The other point to note is this hoarder mentality. Because if you've got a 512 gigabyte micro...
Yeah, digital hoarding. Like, is that a thing? Let me know in the comments. Is there a such thing as digital hoarding?
SD card. You want to fill that with every game possible. But we can only play how many games at a time? Last I checked, it was 1. But we love it.
Nah. See? You gotta, look. This is how you play more than one game at a time. Watch, let me show you. Woo! So you started on here, hit pause, play on this, hit pause, play on this, and then you just cycle through. You cycle through. You know what I'm saying? That's how you play. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
And there's nothing wrong with that. But the next time you're questioning yourself, thinking, what a waste of money, why did I buy it? Money down the drain, could have saved it for something else. When you do sit down and play it, whatever system, do you enjoy it? If the answer's yes, you're doing something right. How can you put a price on enjoyment? If we were smart about this, and I did read about it in plenty of forums, we would have got a smaller micro SD card. Upload 5 to 10 games at a time. Play the game, complete the game, delete the game. Add new game, rinse and repeat.
Nah.
Some people said, but I add movies to it. I add music to it. That's fine.
Who is adding? Let me know in the comments. Like, this is a judge-free zone, okay? Judge-free zone. Are you adding movies to your retro handhelds? Yo, that's kind of crazy to me. Oh, I just said a judge-free zone. My bad.
But for people using it as a gaming device, you can only play one at a time. It's the same when we grew up and we had physical games bought for us. You might get a couple of games for your birthday, maybe 1 or 2 at Christmas. Only 1 CD can go in the drive. 1 cartridge can go in the hole. We're guilty of it with physical games. I've got a load of Switch games because the deal, I didn't want to miss out on it. A good deal, I bought the game, it's sat in my cupboard. Haven't touched it. I'm sure you can all relate to where I'm coming from with this. I hope so. It kind of makes me miss the good old days of having 1 or 2 games and just playing it till the discs are absolutely...
I've heard so many videos I've watched say that we didn't realize how beautiful of a time we were living in as a child when we had a limited catalog because we didn't have a budget and we relied on our parents to either buy or rent games. So we had to complete the game before we returned it to Blockbuster. And a lot of people just treasure that time.
They ruined
I'm kind of in the middle. Those were awesome times, and you definitely appreciate that and being able to finish games, and you cherish every single game you have. But then at the same time, I like being an adult, and I like being able to increase my catalog how I see fit. So I'm somewhere in the middle.
strategy guide that was crumpled and barely stayed together because you'd read through it so much because all you had was one game. And these are the games that we are fond of. Not necessarily because it's the best game in the world, but it's maybe the only game we had access to. And that nostalgia is something that as you get older, I'm in my mid-30s, you cling on to like an absolute Rottweiler. And this is the point where I want to hear from you. Do you set up everything like me, with 1,000 consoles you'll never use, 2,000 games on the SNES, most of which you've never heard of and will never play? Or like the commenter, do you just set up one emulator, add a couple of games, play them? If you want to add a new emulator for a new console or another console, add it one at a time. What do you do?
All right, I'll tell you all what I do. Actually, what do I want to say? I might save it. I need to put out that video that I said I'm going to put out. I'm going to put out that video. I pretty much have a device for handhelds, a device for consoles, and yeah. All right, yo. That was a good video. Shout outs to Yorkshire Retro Gamer. Great video. Great video. Yeah. Go ahead and make sure that y'all check out his channel. But God bless and salutations to the nations. Peace. Also, please make sure that you like and subscribe. I am on my journey to my first 1,000 subs. I'm also having a competition to win a Trim UI brick. You can see how to win that in the post when you subscribe. All right, yo. Peace.
Angel Knot.